I was very fortunate with Coach Champ to come work with me towards the end of my career. Max was just a super individual. And the key thing about Max is that the kids would do anything in the world for him. He was just a type of individual, was a natural leader where the kids worked hard. He didn't have to get on to them. They just knew that he was going to work as hard as he could, and they worked for him too. So he was this great individual. He was also a godly man and just a great friend.
When Rodney and myself decided that we were going to start the Rutherford County Sports Hall of Fame, first phone call I made was to Coach Champ. Coach Champ coached in 5 different decades. He coached at Chase, East Rutherford, and RS. He impacted thousands of young men's lives, me included. I was a better player because of the example he set as a coach. I was a better coach because of the example he set as a coach. And I'm a better person because of the example he set as a man.
When I think and I hear the name Max Champion, I heard that name Coach Champion for probably 15 plus years. Didn't know the man, just heard his name in this community. And one day when Jody and I decided to start the Rutherford County Sports Hall of Fame, he said, Coach Max Champion is going to be a board member. And I said, oh, okay. So in January, February of 2017, I met Max Champion at our board meeting for the first time. And you know, there's a saying sometimes, first impression, first impression is everything. So I'm sitting at my desk waiting for the meeting, and Jody bumps my arm and says, that's Max Champion. And so I see him come around the table, and I just kind of did the yes, like Michael Jordan, yes. And I didn't say it out loud, but I said, finally, there's somebody shorter than I am. And, we went on to just have a great meeting, and it was the second impression that I got of Max Champion that just lasted forever. And he called me later that night after that first meeting, just ecstatic about the board working with me, I'm working with him, and his commitment to our organization. And I knew that this gentleman was nothing, that everything I'd heard for all these years, I got to see from my own eyes become true. So we had a chance to work together for 5 years, and what a blessing and an honor to have worked with one of the finest people I have known, Max Champion.
I'm honored to be here today on the campus of East Rutherford High School to talk about my great friend and co-worker, Max Champion. He's Mr. Cavalier in every way. He played here in the 60s, and he was one of my heroes, and then he coached. He dedicated his life, and he cared about students. He cared about young people. He did anything he could to help promote them. He had one of the biggest hearts of any individual I've ever known. He loved East High School. He also coached 5 years at Chase and about 5 years at RS Central, but of course East Rutherford was his home where his true blood ran. But he said many times he found out that there was great people everywhere and great kids everywhere. Max Champion was just a great man, and he was selfless. He always thought of others before thinking of himself. He always wanted to do whatever he could to support others, particularly student athletes and the school, East Rutherford, RS Central, Chase. But he was all about kids. And unbelievable job he did running the back of the field house in the equipment room. You had thought that you were in the Biltmore house. It was so clean, you could drop a pin, and it was just a passion with him to make sure that everything was first class. What a great man. He had a great family, and but he was like a brother to me, and I'll always miss him. Actually, April 19th marks 1 year of his passing, and we will always remember him and remember his love for his family, his Lord. He had a strong faith, and just a great individual. So in honor of him, standing here on the East Rutherford High School campus, Max Champion, we love you, always have, and we were blessed to be in your presence for many, many years.